everybody. It's me, Cliff Kissyboy Smith. I see everybody's been doing videos on how they got into model car building, and I figured I'd tell you guys my story. I'm pretty sure if you guys watched the Friday Night Hangout, you probably heard me say that my brother, Al, actually got me into to building model cars. So this is my opportunity, I guess, to tell you guys the full story. So, have to go all the way back to about the mid-80s, mid-1980s. I was like 4 years old. He would be in his room, just building away. He had all the nice old kits of the old days, all the Johan models, and he had all the TV shows, Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, General Lee, all of them. Back when you can get models for like a couple of bucks at Bradley's, which is a store that's long gone. I don't even know if you guys even know what Bradley's is, or Zare. Anyway, I used to watch him typically through the door, because if I went in and he knew I was there, he'd kick me out of his room. At least back in those days. But I'd stay in there and watch him for hours, just, build away. He built more than just cars, but it was mostly cars and trucks. He built a 124th, 125th scale. He even built a couple of 132nd scales as well. I remember particularly he used to have a police car. It was a 132nd scale, probably like a 1980 Malibu. I remember that one. It was the first time I'd ever seen anybody use, like, I think it was like a push pin to make moon hubcaps on it. But yeah, he used to build all kinds of stuff, and he had a lot of cool cars. I remember one kit that he had, you can't find anymore. Well, I can't find it anymore. And if I could find it, I would give it to him. It was called Swamp Monster. I think it was Swamp Monster. It was a Rebel kit. It had big tires and the zoomy headers coming out of the hood. That was pretty cool. He would take all his models. He would like take right guard and spray them with a lighter and melt the plastic and then put the truck on top of it so it looked like it was crushing them. So I used to watch them for a long time, building his cars through the door, and then later on, he would bring me in. I'd sit there as long as I was quiet enough. He let me sit there and watch him build. And he had all kinds of cool cars. So first opportunity I had, I wanted to be like Big Brother, so I convinced my father to buy me it was a 1965 Buick Riviera. And going back on that, all my uncles and my father, they were big time into the cars. We grew up around cars, basically had gasoline in our veins, and so wonder I'm not an auto mechanic. But anyway, saw the AMT 65 Buick Riviera. I was excited. So I had my father bought it for me, and he also bought me a tube of Elmer's glue. So we went back home. I was so excited. I broke it open and everything. Got all parts strewn out on the kitchen table. And I'm just putting things together with Elmer's glue. And then I hear the front door open, and it's my brother. He comes in and he sees it, and he's like, "No, what are you doing?" So he immediately takes it from me and says, I'll show you how to do it." So he took it from me and immediately cleaned off all the Elmer's glue and everything. And one of my uncles, my father's youngest brother, had a 65 Riviera. So he took it and painted it same color as my uncle's old car. It was gold with a brown roof. I still remember that car to this day, the model at least. I wasn't around when my uncle had the car. But my brother took it, he painted it and everything. And then when he was done with it, he gave it back to me for, to put in my room. So that really wasn't me building it, but, that's the influence behind, how I got into it. And I was somewhere between 5 and 8. So I can't remember exactly what year it was. But that sparked it for me as far as me actually trying to get my hands dirty building the models. I flash forward a couple of years when I was in middle school. They had like these, like not extra credit, but like you know, kind of like an after-school program type of thing, keep you busy, keep you out of trouble. They had model car building, and I had AMT 55 Chevy, which I brush painted the whole body with red paint. It came out looking pretty good for what it was, you know, for a middle school kid, I guess. But they did that for probably like a month, and back then it wasn't. I'm not saying I'm the best or anything like that, but it was like light years apart from what I believe I can do now. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty much been off and on since I was little, and then I had kits here and there, you know, in between. I can remember when the Monogram '59 Cadillac came out, the convertible pink Cadillac. I wanted that thing so bad, so I would go to the I think this place called Child World, and they had Hobbytown across the way in the mall from it. I go back and forth between the stores, looking at it in both stores, and then finally I saved up enough money and I was able to buy it for myself. I don't remember exactly what I did with it, but I know I had it. It's been so many years ago. So, but I know I built it. I don't know what it came out like, but I don't have it anymore. I remember one Christmas I got the '59 Impala when that first came out. It was in a big old box about that big. And it was the blue one on the box. So that was when I was probably a freshman in high school. And after that, I built several kits in and out, you know, on and off since then. And when I became like a senior in high school, if you look back in one of my videos when I did I believe it was around Christmas time, I went through storage and I found the '65 Pontiac Grand Prix. That was the first like paint job that I ever got that actually was worth anything and worth showing anybody. And again, my brother Al helped me with that, so again, shout out to my brother Al, appreciate it, dude. He helped me out with that, and I think that came out very nice. In fact, it was actually worthy of a Model Car magazine wanting to take a picture of it. And I showed that before. I don't know the magazines right now whether I show it. I might even throw up a still picture if I can find it. But that was the first time I had, like, you know, just sticking out, because it was like, you know, I built that. You know, I had help from my brother, but I did build that, and you know, it got recognition. And I kind of slacked off for a while. I mean, I built a couple of cars here and there, you know, but when I went to college, pretty much, you know, I was put the blinders on, you know, for studies and everything. And there wasn't much time for me to build models. Like I would start them when I'd come home for a break or something, but they didn't get finished. And it wasn't until, well, quite a while after I graduated. I built a couple of cars here and there. I started a couple of cars here and there. I didn't finish any of them. And it always takes that one spark to get you back in it. And my wife's grandmother heard that I was into model cars, and she got me the, I forget what year it was, like a 90-something convertible Mustang lowrider. Yeah, you guys know which one I'm talking about. She got that for me, and it was like, I used to build these things. I like to get better. I like to step up my game. So I got that kit. I opened it up, looked at it. I liked it, but I didn't finish it. But it sparked the bug for me to go to the hobby shop and pick up a '69 Dodge Charger. And I was like, I really want to build a General Lee. And I had seen online, you know, people, I forget who it was, but they offered like all the decals, the flag, the name, and the O1 for the doors and everything, the crisscross flags on the back deck. And I knew that the MPC or AMT model wasn't what I wanted to build, and I wanted it to look like the General Lee. In fact, this is one of the three that I decided to build at that time. He's in pieces right now, but that's an example of it. I will build the General up again. But anyway, that got me back into it. That was when I started going to the model car shows again. Eventually I started watching YouTube videos, and I think the first video I stumbled upon was a kid named Bowtie Bad Boy 33, I believe. And I don't see him on YouTube anymore. And then saw Fast Jimmy 71, Chevy Cheeseburger, and then Mr. Many Dreams. And you know, those guys were kind of like, they were top dogs. And of course Dr. Cranky, you can't forget him. He was, I saw his videos, and his videos look like they're so polished and professional. I was like, well, I'll never be able to do that, and I never talked to these guys. And then about a year or two ago, whenever Young Model Master started recording his videos and putting them up, I started watching him. I was like, I was inspired by this young kid, you know, who's doing what I've been doing for 20, 30 years plus. And he was hitting it pretty hard with them. And then I saw Skylar Jojola, 8-second speed shot, Mr. Kick and Wang. Saw his video with his Cadillac and the mud truck, and I was like, well, I was a big fan of those young men. And even though they didn't know it, and I'm thinking at the time I'm never going to talk to them, you know. And here I am, you know, flash forward a few years, put up a couple of videos that I had the nerve, I guess, to record in 2013, but not having the whatever it is to put them up and to put them up on YouTube. And finally last year when we moved to Texas from Massachusetts, finally had the space and the ability. I put up some videos, and flashing forward, here we are. You know, Kissyboy's Custom Cars. You know, I made a lot of friends from, you know, this guys I've not met. I mean, at this point, the only one I've ever met in the flesh was Freddie, H-Town Model Shop. Yay! He's the only one I've met in the flesh, but I mean, I've made some good friends, like George Vision 124, and Mr. Many Dreams, Fred Henry. Yeah, these guys are like brothers, man. It's like I can talk to them like I talk to my brother, you know. But it's probably gone on long enough, and I've probably gone over more than just how I got started. But I wanted to put that out there, let you guys know, you know, how I got started, and, you know, get in on you know, everybody sharing. It's kind of dedication to my brother Al and all you guys out there that, you know, support my channel and watch my videos, and you know, especially to the guys who have put me on, you know, and introduced me to everybody, because I wouldn't probably have even half as many subscribers as I do if it wasn't for going on the Friday night hangout with Young Model Master, Skylar Jojola, and Fred Henry, you know, Thomas Saltis, who's usually in the chat. Everybody, you can think of your own name, I'm thanking you right now. Anyway, alright, this has gone on long enough, so I'm kind of been sidelined with working on my one-to-one car, the 72 LTD. Got a bunch of shiny parts that have kind of mesmerized me and keeping me away from the bench, but I cleaned the bench off today, and hopefully I'll be getting back at it. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I also wanted to say a special shout out to Edgar from Madlab. I'm glad you got the chopper, man. You deserved it. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching.